Hi guys, welcome back to our daily market analysis. Let's get started. What's actually happening on the you know Nifty and Bank Nifty side of markets. So as you can see that on the last day we did daily market analysis. Yesterday we did not do it because the data did not come out. I'll just see in the Sensibull if today's data has yes. Okay, yesterday's data. So it was pretty much call option, so selling put option that's positive, call options negative, put options positive, and call selling and put buying that's negative. So yesterday pro did get it right, but like it's making less positions. So we'll just see the today's data afterwards. First, let's try to analyze the market on a from the chart. So Nifty forming early support at 25,000, that did work out, and from 25,000 the market's already up by like 200 points. So right, and 59,600 acting as a resistance for Bank Nifty. So what happened to Bank Nifty? Yesterday, if you could see that 59, it gave closing just at like 59,600. Correct, it's 59,600, and today it has given a closing above 59,600. So that's a positive for Bank Nifty, right? Now we'll try to look at the data from this perspective as well. That now what is going to happen? No, after this. 29th, yeah. So looking at the chart, 25,500, like maybe it can go till like 25,500. There's the range that we have to see, that if the Nifty will be able to break this particular thing. If it breaks this, then we can talk about that how it's going to go up. But until unless it does not break structurally, it's like until unless we won't be able to say anything on this on a chart basis. Bank Nifty is kind of tricky because 60,100 is like the all-time, this is the all-time monthly, it's like highest resistance of Bank Nifty. The moment it gives a closing over this, it's legit mega bullish. And now we have to look at, I think there's some, like in the calendar we can see that industrial production year on year, the data expected 5.7, like it came at 7.8. What's the detail of this? Rose by 7.9% from the previous year in December 25, picking up from the yesterday's from the upwardly revised 7.2 percentage advance in the earlier month. So that this is industrial production data. Like it was expected that the industrial production on year basis it will grow at 5.5%, but yesterday I think because it was kind of positive news for the market. With the EU deal that already, I think market already adjusted that particular deal, but this data came out to be positive that the industrial production is growing at a much rapid space than whatever was expected. So this is a good news for the overall secondary sector in India. That's going to create a lot of jobs like that. That is showing that on ground that production is is increasing, right? I think what I was looking for the union budget is the next thing. Okay, this is the most important thing, RBI interest rate decision, and that is going to decide what is going to happen to Bank Nifty. Why? Because banks make money with the help of with the arbitrage between the repo rate and the rate at which they lend loans. If they reduce further, like it is going to boost. What is the expectation? So expect the previous is at 5.25. We'll see the expected data as well. Like if people are anticipating any sort of rate cuts, if we have further rate cuts, that's going to increase the liquidity in the system. That's going to take people more loans. The equity markets will flourish, and the banks, all this interest rates, the net profit margin will increase, and that will be good for Bank Nifty in general, because the banking will become much stronger as the interest rates are getting are getting cut down. So this is about Nifty Bank Nifty from structural. So again, now Nifty like Nifty is showing strength. Have to watch for 35,500. Bank Nifty gave closing above 59,600. Next resistance that can possibly be broken is at 60,100. Like it looks like it's going to break it. Like that's just total from intuition and the charts. Let's look at the OI data. So 3rd February is the expiry. A lot of put OI building up on all the 25,400 is acting as a good support for now. 25,200 and 24,900. So Nifty is not going to break all of these zones, as you can pretty much understand from the data. Looks like OI data. Lot of put writing happening at lower levels. $25,400 looks like a support. So from a very long time I've been giving this particular verdict, right? That the moment this is going to happen, the futures, as the FIs will cut futures, as they will increase the futures position, and the moment they are going to reduce the futures sell position, market's going to go up, and this did happen. So watch out for this interesting data that usually when this stuff happens, you have to just wait for them to start cutting their future sell position, and then you're good to go to make money. It's actually that simple, right? But with time you'll be able to understand this. So let's look at what actually happened on 29th of January. So negligible, that's 42 contracts. Okay, this is 29th January. FI sold 23,000 put options. That's positive. So that's positive after really very long time, right? It's a very long time it's been that FI made some sort of positive position, like bullish position in market. In options, Pro bought 1 lakh call options and bought 10,000 put options. So if you see net Pro has turned bullish on markets. Like the current position is at like 77,000 call options, and it bought 50,000 put options. Net if you see, it's already positive. So by today's data, Pro is like mega bullish on market, and that's what I think it's going to happen, right? So client sold 1 lakh call options and sold like 3,000 put option. So client will do exactly opposite of what the other guys will do. That's very obvious for us to understand this at this point. PCR is at 1, so that's bullish. Suddenly, right, the overall sentiment in the market has turned from negative to positive, and the data shows us the same story. Nothing to be pessimistic about. Looks like it's going good. FII and today's data indicate FII and Pro are bullish and tremendous. So this is the first time I'm writing this line from the day I started this, from the day I started doing all of this. So if you look at from 10th of December till like 29th of January, this is the first time that I'm writing that FI and Pro are bullish, and because both of these guys will be like majority of the time they'll be bearish on markets, and net position has changed in this way that net position Pro has become bullish. That's actually very good sign regarding this particular market. What about the futures data? So today FIS sold like some 10,000. FIS sold futures. It's like 1,700 crores in futures today. What's actually happening onto the cash market side? So actually yesterday like the data came out to be positive for the FIS. So this was the first time in the entire January month that like on after 2nd of January that to just, but it's a very small figure to be honest. And today they sold like 400 crores of stock. So but the amount is decreasing, right? So net the picture looks much more good, right? So let's try to understand this. S&P surprisingly is down by 1%. DXY touching all-time lows and stuff. So sorry to tell this. But just switch it on. Whoa, gold is down by like 2.5%. So yesterday was up by 4-5%. Silver is at is up by like 2.84% because I was watching all of this. They were like 4-5-6% positive. It went to like 4,20,000 something, correct? 420. So now suddenly the rally has kind of stagnated or something. I don't know. USD INR all time like it is depreciating a lot. It's just bleeding. There's nothing else. Crypto must be down. Yes, crypto is down by like 5%. Yes, like finally my verdict is working in the crypto side, even in the Nifty side. But more largely when you do all of this analysis, you'll be able to understand this. I think something bad has happened, and because the chart was forming some sort of bullish side, I was thinking this from a very long time that maybe the things with Iran are not but that much sorted, and US oil has just jumped up like quite harsh. And what's happening to the crude oil futures? Okay, so crude is is up by 3% today. Something bad happening into some sort of state pakka. Any major war and stuff. I did not read the news. That's why I'm not able to decode it and what's happening. But on the chart, it looks like there's some trouble that is that is persisting because Nasdaq and S&P down suddenly by like 1-2%. Like that to like 2%. That's strange again after it was looking technically strong. Bitcoin is at like 84,300, and the moment it's going to break 84,300, I'm going to tell you it's going to go till like 74,000. That's totally understandable from the technical point of view. Why? Again, I usually teach you this, that go on a very high time frames, and you'll be able to understand how the market works. So 84,300, I'm not able to understand why did I mark this particular thing. I think on a monthly time frame, yes, looks like the 2 times it does this, the third time it's going to do this, but the overall thing doesn't look good. In the long run, definitely it's a good instrument to bet on or to diversify your folio. But for now, looks like it's going to break 84,300. Just see on a higher time frame what's actually happening. So on a higher time frame, it looks like it's going to go till like 80,000 for now. Okay, this is the lowest. Okay, this is the lowest and highest price of it. That's why I marked this 74,800 zone. It's going to go till like 80,600 if it breaks 84,300 for sure. Right now, I think we talked about everything. It looks like there's some trouble with the oil stuff, and that's why majority of those like markets are falling down. But Nifty is showing some sort of strength. But in the futures, it looks so neutral. But there's no as such negativity for Nifty. For Indian markets, I think they are much more protected now, and the gold, silver, I want these guys to actually calm down and like shut the fuck up and stuff. Yeah, sure. That is it for today. I think everything looks much more positive, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.